Welcome back to the Anachroschism. When we left the group last time, they had finished some business at the farm, the business being fending off attackers of some kind. To an extent, there are still some unresolved issues to go through, so we'll tackle those one by one and then go from there. First off, there is, just to kind of describe the scene for people who may have missed the part or something, we have an unconscious but stable gnome, still face down on the ground, about 30 feet away from the house. By this point, given the moment of aftermath, I will say that the fire has now been put out. Tessian helping Grail's parents, essentially. They can put off the last finishing touches. The side of the house is singed, but the wood seems to be structurally intact. So, I mean, it looked at it and it caught, but doesn't look like it did any structural damage. So, dodged the bullet there. Put it out pretty quickly, so that helped. The one who ran away is nowhere to be found. Long since vanished to the east somewhere.
That's all right. He's a messenger.
There are still 2 other dead blades in the lawn. The front yard, whatever. It's not really a lawn. You know, whatever.
Wait, they're not dead, are they? Or, oh, shit. Are they dead? Oh, no.
Remember that tidal wave?
Yeah. I thought about that, but I didn't want to say it.
I thought about it, too.
Did I kill them on
accident? You know
accident?
who didn't think about it and was just failing death throws automatically when they got hit by that? Yeah. There's also the matter of a...
You're a murderer!
I don't mean to be. I was thinking about the group's safety.
Almost murdered Karash,
You can
too.
deal with that once you realize it later.
That's fair.
That's true. You had no clue.
I have no idea.
Plus, it was in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That's correct. There's also the matter of a dead ringleader with pinpoint accuracy. Isaac was able to gun her down as she fled the area. And now, Tessian, you're pretty much the only person who can see this, and I guess Grail's parents, because everybody else was in pursuit. You now watch as the shot hits. You can see the body fall in the distance, and then Isaac also keels over. And there is a series of glowing light blue runes on the side of the gun that he uses primarily. It's in his hand. He's fallen down face first. Doesn't seem to be responsive. The runes appear to be activated.
Like still clutching
still in his
hand.
Yep.
Tessian will leave the gnome who he was next to. He was like gonna grab it, and he sees Isaac drop, and he'll kind of rush over to Isaac, and he's just sort of checking him. Like, is he physically fine? Like, is he just unconscious? Like, sort of Isaac, and like he sees the gun, and he actually considers taking it from him for a moment, but realizes maybe that just makes things worse. So like he isn't gonna touch it.
So there is pulse, there is breathing. So he's certainly alive. You're not entirely sure what's happening there. You didn't see him take any damage, at least recently, that might have, put him over the edge or anything. So appears unconscious or asleep or something. You're not entirely sure, but is certainly alive. You can tell that at a pretty quick check.
Tessian will kind of just hold for a moment and watch and wait for the runes to stop glowing.
Okay.
Basically.
Isaac, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God.
This is rare for you compared to everybody else.
10.
10. One moment you're firing a shot that you know hits true, and there's this moment where you almost have an argument inside your head about the proper course of action. Should you finish her off or not? Should you activate this ability that you know is inside of you, whether it's because of your own ability or by proxy from the weapons that you carry? And you decide to, and that's the last thing you remember before you kind of keel over. There's about a minute where there is just nothingness. This kind of black expanse that you're aware of your own existence in, but don't seem to have any control over. You can't look around. You're just sort of in it. after that moment passes, you see this kind of spark off in the distance that becomes wider, almost as though a scene is coming towards you and enveloping your vision. You see a familiar series of houses, all built out of wood. It's Timberbrook, your home. Somewhere near the manor where you grew up, there's a bunch of homes on the outskirts that belong to a more residential section. And you see the female elf dressed in the same attire that you just encountered her with. You get kind of a better look at her. She is speaking to somebody, seems cool, confident, has this demeanor that seems like she's always in control of what's happening. And as you're keying into this final memory of hers, as it were, there is one detail in particular that sticks out to you, and why this is ratcheted out as being important. The person that she is communicating with, seemingly sometime in the recent past, is a familiar-looking male.
God damn it to hell. Continue.
Older than you. Stocky, well-built, similar facial features, but different. A more hardened jaw, and a furrowed brow, and just piercing silver eyes. And you know exactly who that is. That is Connor. Tessie, in a moment passes, maybe about 2 minutes. The glowing runes continue to shine, and almost like a pattern that courses across them over the span of this, like 90 to 120 seconds. And then the lights slowly fade. The gun seemingly returns to normal. And Isaac, you awake with a start.
What is Tessie doing right now?
He's sort of like, he's probably like slapping you on the cheek, like, Isaac, wake up, Isaac.
Huh! And I look at Tessie and I say, oh, Tessie, and you are concerned about me. This is so romantic, actually.
And
I say with that smirk.
And Tessian's like, come off it. That thing knocked you flat.
Remember when I told you my gun could take memories? Well, it turns out it works pretty well. I got something from the elf. I guess I finished her off.
And Tessian kind of nods, and he actually kind of stands up and offers a hand to help you get up.
I love it. I definitely take it.
And Tessian's like, well, was it worth it?
The answer is yes, but it complicates things. The woman, before she set out here, she was meeting with a man in Timberbrook, one who is of considerable social standing. It was my brother, Connor Dryden. It cannot mean good things, so at least we verified that she was not some innocent party caught up in things beyond her control. This was nefarious from the start.
Tessian just nods, and he's like, well, let's go check on the others. They should know of this.
Yes, let's. The gnome is still not bound yet, right?
No.
Correct.
I kind of say, should we tie him up first?
And Tessian is just like, yes, sorry, I meant to.
No, there's a lot happening. And I'll go get some rope, and we'll
bind him up.
Unfortunately, all the rope on the farm is being used on the ones in the barn. That's fine. You can tie him up easily.
And I walk up and blow his head off.
Oh, the rope missed. It slipped. The rest of you guys are, a few hundred feet away from the farm, but have had time to come back to this point if you'd like to, unless there's anything else you want to do out there or with her body or anything like that. But
I'm going to roll her body for anything worth taking.
yeah, that's the thing to do. Make an investigation check.
Oh, this will go well.
Feeling up
I
corpses. It's the way to do it.
Ooh, big 6.
What the fuck?
I miss everything.
She has a quarterstaff on her that she seemed to be using as a caster. And you find 233 gold pieces. Somebody seemingly recently got paid.
Oh yeah.
I wonder by whom.
I will take the gold pieces. And I will grab her foot and start dragging her towards the house.
Well, that's dignified.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I never expect anything more than that. I don't care at all about the dead elf. I am like running, even though I ran out there, running back to the ranch to check on my dad and my mom and the house.
Okay.
I would have transformed back into my human form at this point.
Okay.
And I will probably make my way back to the ranch as well.
Elf. Sorry.
Elf, what did I say? Human?
I do that sometimes too.
Yeah. Oops.
I'm racist.
Elf form, yes.
Everyone's a human.
Apparently I'm also racist.
Unless you're a dwarf.
And I have a question about my mending ability. I used it before to fix the barn. I'm wondering if I could use it to fix the house and all the burn damage.
Let's see. Break or tear.
Yeah. It's a transmutation spell.
Probably wouldn't hurt. I don't know.
I think I should try. I don't know if it'll actually like fix all of the damage, but even if it helps a little bit and like stabilizes the house, that would be fine too.
So this will take some time,
'Kay.
because it takes a minute to cast, and it's going to take multiple castings for the wide swath of damage that was done. But I'd say over the course of 10 minutes, you can probably get it looking mostly like it was.
Okay.
There's a couple of spots that were a little bit more crispy that are still going to show some slight charring.
Okay.
Maybe sort of a reminder down the road, if anything. They're not grotesque. They don't stick out or anything. They're not going to lower Tessian's already low estimation of the property value of the place.
Okay. Yeah.
But it helps.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do that then. I'll spend my time mending the house to the best of my ability.
Okay. Karash, you start dragging back the dead elf. Grail, as you're running back to the house, you see Tessian help Isaac back to his feet. As you run up to your folks, they look over in your direction. They say, and your pa says, "Well, we got through it somehow, I suppose."
And I kind of like grab his shoulders and kind of like look at him to make sure that he's okay and standing and he looks okay. And then I kind of just like pull him in for a hug. And I just say like, I just hope that was the last of it.
He returns the hug. You get a little bit of like ashy soot on you from him because he's still a little
A little burned.
a little crispy himself, but doing fine.
Yeah.
He's healed. He's not in any danger or anything, but he still has the he looks like someone who was burned.
Yeah.
Just not cosmetically on the skin or anything, but his clothes are still kind of. He finishes the embrace, kind of holds you out at shoulder length. He says, "I hope so too, but I don't know."
And I kind of like guiltily like look at the floorboards at the porch, and I kind of look back at him and I nod. And I like back away a little bit from him, and I say, I'll be right back. I gotta check on the others.
He gives you a nod and goes back to Millicent, takes her back inside the house. He's kind of making sure she's okay. You know, she's wasn't really in any danger or any of that, but she still seems a little shaken up, all things considered.
Yeah, so I'm going over to where Isaac is because I did notice that he had fallen, but I don't have any context as to what actually happened. I mean, I did see her get shot because I was right there, but I don't know if I'm putting all of that together.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, Karash has brought the body back. Lena's working on the front of the house not too far away, so you're all pretty much in front of the
By
house.
her foot. Dirt has collected all up in her hair.
Mm-hmm. So, back in the front of the house with the group. What's next?
Just for brevity's sake, I would explain to everyone what I explained to Tessian in the same details. But then if anyone has any questions, by all means, let me know.
So I'm gonna you're gonna explain it, and I'm gonna say just kind of gently, any sign of, and then I kind of like trail off, and you know who I'm talking about, and I don't want to cause a whole scene, but
no, I would like to get better with what I can glean. When it's happened before, I felt like I had some control. This time, I saw an image, something that was important to her, but that was all. I didn't feel like I could sift through any memories or identify anything, and Holden was not part of it.
well, I feel like the information you did glean was valuable at the very least, so it wasn't for nothing.
And let's not forget, we still have someone else that hopefully will have some information, and I gesture to our gnome friend.
And I'm kind of like, I didn't really see him, and I didn't take part in any of the combat with him, so I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Take care of this.
He was dying. I stabilized him, so hopefully we can ask him some questions.
That'd be good, yeah.
Unfortunately, it looks like all roads, even more now, are pointing to Timberbrook. I don't know if I was quite ready, but at this point, there's no use in resisting any longer.
And then I pause and I say, so your brother issued this attack on my family's ranch. Do you think it had something to do with the item that we found?
Tessia nods.
Probably.
Yes, I believe that's exactly what they're looking for. And if we want to get this pressure off your family and property, I think it's very important that we not only open whatever this is and glean it, but make it apparent to the Blades that we now possess it instead of your family.
Yes, make it known. That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I worry that if we don't, they're going to keep coming back, and I won't be here to protect my family, and I can't bear that burden.
I don't know what we can do in Timberbrook, but at the very least we should consider a display of some sort.
That's a good point. We would have to almost announce our way in, but I'm conflicted because that could be very bad for me as well.
We also asked that rumor be spread about where we were.
That's
Exactly.
true. I suppose we could use this gnome of ours. If we set him free,
I had that
we can
thought.
make sure he knows that we possess it, and that we will be keeping it for the time being.
Yeah.
But for that to happen, we will need to know what it is. And before we do that, I think we all need a night's rest after this evening.
And
Yep.
let's not forget our other friends as well. Still in the barn. Those
Chained
could
up.
be options, but no matter what we do, maybe let's take the rest of the night and collect
Yeah.
ourselves.
Agreed. We should probably set somebody up to watch the barn, though.
Yeah, I would normally volunteer for that, but I am not doing well.
I can do it. I don't need sleep really, so I don't have any
Well, we
problems
can
doing
trade too. You don't need to do it the whole night by yourself.
that. Yeah. Okay.
I'll go in there with you, and then whatever. At least there'll be two of us.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
And chain up Gimbal Frimp, the gnome, there too.
Oh, let's make sure to, I don't know if we did this already, but to pat him down and like remove all of his items and weapons and stuff.
Did not
Yeah.
do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, should we burn the other bodies or?
Yeah, I don't know, Lena. What do you think?
I freaking hate you so much.
I mean, you are the resident expert for body disposal.
Apparently. I don't know. I would suggest it just because I have less of a problem with it.
Also, can I take this guy's pepper box?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want this guy's pepper box.
Yes, powerful.
Among the things you find on him are that pepper box. He has 2 other hand axes in addition to the one that he was wielding and had dropped when he fell, and 112 gold pieces.
Damn.
He also had gotten paid, although seemingly to a lesser extent.
Oh, as we can kind of see in
Yeah.
how she treated him. Yeah.
Could be.
Hand axe, would that be any better than my rapier? Or is that not a...
No.
No.
It's
Okay.
two-handed.
It's also D6.
Yeah, I'll check the other bodies.
I mean, it has the option of being thrown, which is a little different than a rapier, but it's still not very good.
And I will totally take one of those hand axes off you, Tessian.
No, Dusty doesn't need the hand axes. I'm gonna take the gold and the pepper box, and I guess any ammo he's got.
Can I even use the pepper box?
Yeah, how does this work? I don't know.
You are not proficient with it. Neither
Okay.
of you are.
Okay.
So you can use it.
I didn't even know if I cared to begin with, and not, especially not if I'm not even proficient.
So Jason, if you want to write it down, it does D10 damage, piercing.
Okay, let's see here.
I like how if you just become the guy with a fucking... You can use magic, but you're just shotgunning people.
Well, like I only have like the crossbow bolts,
Yeah.
like from a light crossbow. Otherwise, so like if I could just use something that maybe hits for more.
Yeah.
What's the? Okay, wait. It was
D10.
1d10.
piercing.
1d10.
Its
1d10.
range is 150, 600. Its reload is 6, as you saw in action. Its misfire is 2, so on a 1 or 2, it misfires into the point where it has to be fixed before it can be used again.
Misfire 2. So like a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's I assume it's dex based. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But you are not
Okay.
proficient with it.
Right.
And even though it is not horrifically dissimilar from a pistol, I mean, it's multiple barrels, it's a repeating firearm, it's still a different beast.
Yeah. Does that do anything? The multiple barrels at all, or no? Or like, what's its ammo?
Well, that's what the reload 6 is for.
Oh, reload 6.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So it has a similar capacity to like a pistol, but different. More range, higher risk of misfire, higher damage. So it's got trade-offs.
Cool. Yeah.
Did he have any?
not
I
bad.
can't use that ammo, but did he have any tools for ammo creation on him or
He did
anything
not.
like that? Okay.
No. And there are, let's see, 3, 6, we'll say 21 rounds on him
Hell yeah.
for the pepper box specifically. So, you guys finish looting the bodies, strap him up in the barn like the others.
On a meat hook.
Sure. Through the chest. Anything else before bedding down for the night?
I guess I would want to ask, like, what our general direction is, like, where are we going next, kind of thing. Because I think you told us about the Glencogo meeting, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't think we needed to go back to Glencogo, though. Like, I thought she kind of told us the information, and then there wasn't a good, compelling reason for us to return.
Oh.
Like, I think we can just go to our next destination now.
I thought she wanted us to come back, or wanted you to bring everyone back for, like, a meeting, though, right?
I couldn't be misremembering. I didn't. I thought that was an option, but then she was going to tell us the information, and we could go from there. I thought at the end of it, she told us everything that we needed to know. And she was going to work on having people say we were out and about in a different location anyways. I don't know, Chris, if you remember.
Yeah,
because...
What?
Sorry.
That's fine. I was going to say, since these are more intermittent sessions, I don't mind telling you that, yeah, she told you to come back because she was going to find out if Faust Dryden was in Timberbrook.
Oh, okay. Great. Totally.
And to meet the
Forgot.
people. So then you're on the right track, Michaela. But it was
Okay.
also, she was going to send people into town to try to, discreetly at least, find out if Faust was in the city or not, and if he was, what he was up to. No, I mean,
Right, okay.
she still don't decide to go back, but that's what she was working on.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be something that I would ask about, but that's about it before taking watch.
Yeah, the testing can let you know what happened. I mean, I think we kind of talked about it, but maybe not.
So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like us, like the players know it, but the characters might not.
Well, I mean, yeah. I think we mentioned it offhand. I think we've discussed it, and if not, we'll discuss it again just to reiterate.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Cool. That's fine. That's all I got.
I would like to, as an aside with Grail, ask her how she's holding up.
Oh.
She's stressed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like that's kind of exactly it. Kind of like a laugh and then a sigh. Like I don't really know at this point. I feel like my entire family is a moving target, and I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I leave, I'm afraid someone's going to come. If I stay here, I'm not committed to what we set out to do with Lena, and I feel like I'd be spinning my wheels here. I'm not protecting my family truly like I said I would if I stay here. I don't know what to do.
I don't know if you heard this, but your father gave me the directions to the people he took the loan from. Between them and talking to Kana, who is now, I guess, connected to all of this, consider it being, like you said, proactive in addressing what's going on here and helping your family.
I think it's a start. It's something. It's something to go off of, but I'm worried that they're going to want to just remove this whole problem. And I don't know if... I'm concerned it goes higher and it goes further than we think. I don't know.
That's probably true. But if we can get to Glen Kogo, that we can use the Countess to start the rumor that we are somewhere that we're not, but with the box. And that will help. That will more quickly, I'm hoping, get the target off your family's back.
That's all I can hope to. I can't be sure. You know what I mean? And if we're wrong, I don't think I could live with myself if something happened to them.
Well, speaking of this box, we still don't know what's in it, and to be honest with you, I had forgotten. We should probably look in it soon. It's been a hell of a night, though.
Is it wrong of me to just say we should sleep on it?
You're probably right. I don't think it hurts to come in fresh tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why don't you enjoy some more time with your family? Check on your dad. He took quite a hit there.
I know.
And we can talk about it in the morning.
I think that would be for the best. For me personally, there's still so many loose ends, and I'm stressed.
Well,
thanks for checking in, though. I appreciate it.
Of course. And I do a little shoulder squeeze, and I walk away.
Crap!
Squeeze!
And you lose all feeling from the neck down. It's a Vulcan pinch.
Great.
Wonderful. Well, at least you don't have to worry about feeling.
That's true.
Anybody else doing anything before night? Well, night's already fallen, but you know what I mean. Sleepy time.
I'm going to shove cotton or something similar in the ears of all of our new friends. Make this extra uncomfortable for them, and more importantly, make it nigh on impossible for them to communicate. Oh, and blindfold them.
It's really bad to put cotton in the ears.
That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, don't use Q-tips, kids.
Don't use Q-tips. And then I'll put the rug back inside the. Yeah, I'll leave the rug where it is for now. Fuck it, whatever.
Okay.
Take care of it in the morning. I'll take care of it in the morning before we leave. Let's put that out there.
Yes. So now I can't punish you for leaving it behind.
Yeah, thank you.
Or can I?
Well, you are the DM.
Yes. Anything else?
Tessian takes a moment to just sort of look out the window, thinks back to the night before when Thea was still there, and it's just sort of like, he's got a bit of a journey ahead of him, and kind of looks back and sees he's just got a gun now, so that's a thing. And just looks back out. And it's just like, well, I guess this is where we're at then. Should prove interesting. Goes to bed.
With the gun or no?
No.
Holding the gun?
Right.
No.
It's very dangerous.
Caressing the gun.
That's like on the other side of the room up against the wall. He doesn't need explosives anywhere near his vital parts.
I loves my gun. Loves my gun.
Seems wise, yes. All right, so Lena has first watch and then Karash.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So...
Do I get the benefit of a short rest then, at least before I...
Oh, short rest, for sure.
Okay.
Lena, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okie dokie. Hold on. Finding it.
Is that all HP? God.
For a long rest?
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
isn't it?
26.
As you're keeping watch from inside the barn, you see 5 prisoners struggling to get comfortable, strapped to things and having a hard time sleeping because they can't lay down, they can't really move all that well, and now, of course, they are also blindfolded and deafened, so I think 2 of them are still gagged. Or all of them, I don't remember, but they're not having a great time. But beyond their kind of shuffling about, as most of them are restless and having a hard time sleeping, even as you take a peek outside, things appear to be still back to normal, akin to what they have been in the downtimes of the last few nights since you've been here for a little while now. Nothing seems out of place. Nothing seems to be moving on the horizon. Everything seems fine.
Okay. Sounds good.
And you're pretty confident in being thorough because the check was high. Yeah. So you're not like, I kept watch. I looked outside the window 3 times. Pretty thorough.
Yeah.
And eventually, after the 4 or 5 hours pass, you go and nudge Karash.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. It looked good when I was out there. I'm sure you'll have a fine watch as well. Sorry. I just gotta quietly leave.
He's Grumpykins.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll make a short walk around a little bit.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Woo!
Lena, go ahead and make your nature check.
Nature.
Saving time.
9.
9.
7.
7. Both of you are kind of tired from the last day, and as such, Karash, as you're making your rounds, there's certainly nothing blatant happening. Looking around the area, I mean, you can start to see the signs of first light towards the end of your watch, and some of the sheep starting to stir. You get a little bit of delight out of watching all the prisoners wiggle a bit. But, it's a wiggling in the sense of, like, barely moving, not, like, trying to break free. It's just, I just can't sit the way I want to sit because you tie me to the post, you son of a bitch. But you don't notice anybody approaching the farm or the barn or the land in any way whatsoever. Lena, with a harried night in the rearview mirror, you don't really hone in any further whatsoever on what the next step of the conatus might be. Find it difficult to really concentrate. Every time you think you're getting deeper into meditation, there's some other thought that pulls you astray from the last day or the future. So same general sense, but really no clue whatsoever as far as honing it in any further than that.
Yeah.
The sun rises, the sheep say cock-a-doodle-doo. Look, they're country sheep. They don't know the difference. It's a fantasy world. The sheep can be roosters. You guys awaken a little bit after sunrise, earlier than you might have hoped because you still feel tired to some degree, but still fully healed, spell slots filled back up, etc. Just a little bit worn out. It's been a tough couple of days for different reasons for some folks, but all of you are back to full speed, and there's breakfast waiting for you when you come downstairs.
Ooh. Tessin's down for that.
I'm gonna stay out in the barn until somebody comes to relieve me.
I can come get you as soon as I notice that, like, oh, we're missing a person. I'll go be like, hey,
Okay.
good morning. We have breakfast. Thank you for thank you for
The 4 hours
watching.
appear not to have changed him.
We appreciate it, Karash.
No, you tiny elf.
Is the gnome awake now?
He can be.
Is he?
I don't know. You got to unblindfold him to find out.
Oh.
And probably pull the cotton out of his ears.
Well, I would go out with a plate of food because now it's been a bit of time.
One plate of food.
Fight to the death for it.
One plate of food that's like
Break a pool cue in half.
because the truth is I'm gonna have to feed these people. I don't want to really untie them, although we probably could safely, like a little bit. Actually, I probably would do that. They're all like low HP. I'd untie one hand. Would that be doable with the way that you tied them to get like one hand free?
No, I freaking chained them to the post, dude. They ain't going anywhere.
So if you're out there, it's like, Karash, we probably need to let them move a little bit. They're going to get, there's a term, the medical term, and like you're laying on your back for like 10 hours. You guys know what I'm talking about?
They're going to lose circulation at the very least.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. Bed sores. That'd be fun stuff. Yeah, fine. I'll leave them. I'll leave the blindfolds and whatnot on, and I will do my damnedest to keep them from fiddling around too much. But I will allow you to feed one of them at a time.
Yeah, one at a time is more than enough.
You're able to get them enough of the basics because you load the plate pretty full to get them by at the very least. Not a filling breakfast, but enough.
When I get to the gnome, I would say the elf is dead. We need more information. Are you going to cooperate with us or not? Is this going to be today's challenge?
At the news that the elf is dead, you hear kind of a low grumble, kind of a disappointed sounding like... And at the end of your question about are you going to cooperate, is there going to be trouble, he says,
I don't know why you're laughing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rub it in with the elf. I just thought you should know. Could have lied to you, said she got away, but I felt at the very least you're chained in our barn. I owed you the truth on that.
Because he's tied up, he seems like he's making the motion to shrug, but can't effectively pull it off all that well because he's so tightly bound. And all he says in response is,
All right. Challenging it is. Just don't say I didn't ask. And I put back the blindfold and all that and go back inside.
What?
Well, I mean, like, I thought I was leaving to hit the tying back to you. So I put
No,
on the
no.
blindfold,
No, it's not
you
that.
tie. Oh.
That's fine. You do you.
don't worry about it. Mike, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Is he out of the barn?
Yeah?
All right, let's do this. I'm going to drag Nomikins into. I'm gonna rope him up. I guess he's already roped up. I'm gonna pull the cotton out of his ears and pull the blindfold off. And I'm gonna pull my my new hatchet out because why not? And then I'm going to cast Zone of Truth on him.
All right, hold on a second. So I leave. Do I then hear... How long is Karash? Wait, there's certain things. Because if I'm getting a sense Karash is about to go torture chamber on this guy, I would at least be in the vicinity.
Insight check? I don't know what to tell you here, man.
Well, did you just do it as soon as I left?
Yeah.
Okay, then I sigh, I groan, I faceplant, I put the food down, and I go over and think to myself, here we fucking go. But I don't say anything because I don't want to ruin the intimidation quality, so...
God, am I still here for this, or did I leave? I don't even know where I fell.
That's
in
up to
that
you. What did you...
timeline
So
of
you went
events.
and you told Karash...
I told Karash, and then like you showed up like right like immediately after.
Unless you wanted to chill while I
Unless-
fed every single prisoner, you probably
not.
went back
I
inside.
probably left. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not here for this. That's okay.
Poor Karash just wants a moment alone with this gnome.
Yeah, I know.
So he can make a new friend, and everybody's got to be a part of it.
But just gotta make a big deal like I'm gonna chop something off. God.
Nothing important. I mean, come on.
Anyways, hand axe, you were saying.
Yeah. So does he pass his oh God, what's the saving roll? Where's my spells? Wow. Flesh.
I'm looking.
I got it. Zone of truth.
Truth, charisma.
Charisma saving throw. Let's hope he's not terribly charismatic.
Hero of the universe.
Do.
Well, he rolled a 13. The question is, what's his plus? 0.
Yay! Versus my 14.
There you go.
Spell
Nice.
DC of 14.
There we go.
All right.
It's on.
All right. Let's start with. I'm going to ask you questions. You are going to answer my questions, or I'm going to start using the axe. Do you understand?
Looking you dead in the eye.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I'm just gonna assume that he's a dick and move on. God, what did we want to know? I didn't think this through. I just reacted because I thought it'd be fun. Not gonna
Very
lie.
Karash-esque.
Hey, I'm playing the character.
You gotta embody the character.
Method acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Not me. Yeah. Where is your hideout in Timberbrook?
Huh.
Do I need to chop something off?
Still looking you dead in the eyes, he shakes his head to some extent and he just goes,
That is not an answer.
Well, how does the zone of truth work?
If he responds, then he can only speak truth.
Oh, so
Um,
he can just
so-
choose to not say anything?
Yeah.
I'm not there. I can't say something.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he can mumble all he wants. He doesn't have to respond with anything intelligible unless it's true. God, I'm a little annoyed with this already. Yeah, I'm gonna go to take an ankle off of this guy.
This is gonna be funny when you figure out what's happening.
I guess roll for an attack. It's not going to have to be super high to hit.
Yeah, when do I...
Do I get advantage? He's
Sure.
prone.
So I need to be...
And bound and restrained and blinded and whatever else. It's not actually blindfolded right now. You know what I mean?
So I have to play this because... let me tell you all, to be clear, in the past, Crash has said, I was just threatening. So now I'm like, okay, I need to be ready to move when it goes beyond threat to, I see the swinging down with all his might.
Okay, still the same attack roll, but I don't actually have that hand X set up yet, so it's not bludgeoning, but a 25 to hit and 12 slashing damage.
So once you basically bring it down, I'm gonna try to put my arm up to your wrist to block your insane. So I might lose a hand too, but that's okay. Yeah, we don't torture prisoners, Karash. We'll have
We
that talk.
literally just tortured prisoners.
We're gonna have this talk as soon. Yeah, no, not on my watch, Busto.
Make an athletics check, I guess.
Okay. Ba, 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 ba.
Just it.
Thank God I have luck again, or I would be a little nervous. Yep.
Well, there's
Everybody-
one.
Thank God if you
Natural
would have
2.
put an axe in my goddamn forehead. All right.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? I'm gonna roll with that one. That's I'm trying to block you, but I'm admittedly getting into it a little late because I didn't think you were actually gonna do it. So we're gonna let that one go.
So as he starts swinging the weapon down, Isaac dashes over to close the short gap between them, tries to catch it with his hands. Your two hands sort of, kind of,
Kind of like that one. But
both
that's okay.
necessary to get around Karash's
Yeah.
tree trunk-like limbs. It's enough to stop the blade from going clean through the ankle. So I don't know if that's an improvement or not.
Yeah, probably not, but
But it's
Oh.
still, and you can see him now kind of rolling around on the ground in pain as best he can. He's bound, but, and all you hear out of him is,
Karash, you're going to lay on hands him to heal this wound, and we're done.
Just to clarify, he's not bound and gagged, or he's not gagged and like blindfolded and shit anymore, right?
No,
and he's still
that's
making
correct.
lumber. Okay. All right.
He's looking
This
you,
was-
he's looking
this
you
was-
square in the eyes and seemingly not communicative.
This was referenced earlier.
All right. I will.
And Michaela, when I was telling you that there was something that was already set in motion that I couldn't stop.
Oh, did you mean this? What? What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
This is annoying.
I don't know if I missed something. I'm assuming it could be a language thing, but
I have something, but I would have to be there to,
Yeah, I mean,
and
I'm
I would
not-
have to be hearing him.
right now I'm not
mumbling.
worried about Zone of Truth. I'm worried about we're done. So
All right. I'll just go. You know what? I'm just gonna. I'm gonna toss the hatchet and I'm gonna wander away. I'm not helping, but I'm also gonna at least partially comply.
Karash, are you kidding me right now?